it's Christine. Time for a scrapbook process video. And I'm going to work with today, it's the March 2023 Flavors of the Month scrap room. And I'm terrible. I shouldn't be pulling these out because these are new. I have older ones over there. But I have this picture of my daughter who's kind of annoyed with me in some sense because she said, I look awful. But I'm like, it's in the morning time, right? And she had her Easter basket. And yes, I do still give my 24-year-old adult child an Easter basket because, you know, I'm her mom. So I have the Echo Park Springtime collection here. It came, and you get the little samples, right? So this is totally cute, y'all. Look at these bees. Little bird houses. There's some flower or little birds on here with a pretty little pink gingham there. And then we have a plaid with a purple and then some white cardstock. And what I'm thinking I might do here, and then, of course, a little bunch of ephemera. Now, there's not any, unfortunately, with this one, I don't have any Easter basket-y or rabbits or whatever. And I may dig into something. I might have some Easter stuff somewhere. But I'm thinking I might follow this little sketch of the month here. Technically has 2 photos. I don't have 2, obviously. So I'll have to kind of just, you know, pretend. But I do like how you got like a couple different pattern papers here. It's all, you know, like a little shelf and stuff. I can't tell what that is unless that's a tag. There's a couple tags up here. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys, I'm not even on there, y'all. I'm so sorry. Anyway, there's a little shelf. There's, oh, a subtitle, big title. I don't know about the title yet. I have to figure that out. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm going to try to use that because why not? And this is really pretty. And she's kind of got green and there's the pinks and stuff like that. So I think this is kind of neat. So I'm thinking maybe, you know, the plaid could be the back. Maybe do it like this maybe, you guys. What do you think? Maybe. Anyways, let me do a little bit of cutting, and I'm going to dig and see if I have some seasonal Eastery stuff with like bunnies. I know I have all of this, but I bet I have something with a rabbit or something. I might can make a little more Eastery, not just spring. So let me dig for that just a minute, and I'll be back on. All right, gang. I didn't actually find as much Easter as I thought I would. I only found one thing, and I'll show you that in a minute. And it works really well. I'm actually pretty pleased with it. I couldn't believe I didn't have any more Easter. So either I've used it all, or I just don't ever get that much. I've already cut down my white cardstock. I believe I cut it down to 10.5 maybe. And I put that on the little plaid, and I did gut that plaid, which is what gave me I think the pink, the purple, yeah, the purple and white polka dot there. And I've decided that I'm going to use that tree or the little bird paper there as my main horizontal shelf there, the fat one. Although I kind of debate a little bit here back and forth in a second. I picked this paper up and I'm going to put this as my photo mat. And I go, oh, whoa, I want to put some white cardstock there. So I decided to do that. And honestly, I don't glue this down yet because then I realize, I think to myself, you know what, I better not glue nothing down because I'm still trying to decide on these papers. So I don't glue this down for just a minute, which is good because I do end up picking one more paper. Actually, it's going to be the B paper because I wasn't going to cut into that B paper. I was going to hang on to it, but I end up having to because of another issue that you'll see in just a minute and I'll point out. Which is okay. I actually don't mind introducing it. I didn't actually intend to, but I just ran out of options. So anyway, I'm going to trim down this purple polka dot. And again, I've only got 1 photo as opposed to 2. So it's a little tricky for me to kind of figure out what I'm trying to accomplish here. And I'm looking at it going, oh, wait, that needs to come down, that going there. And so I'm going to trim this down and I'm going to have to create my second little mat or whatever that gets offset. And I'm going to cut this and then I'm going to end up looking at it again. And, oh, I think after that I'm going to do the tags. So, again, I like these little sample packs because, you know, you got stuff to work with. But at the same time, you have to be kind of smart, especially when there's multiple layers. You know, you got to be strategic, I guess is the right word. You got to be strategic with your papers. I'll just tell y'all real quickly. So this basket here, my daughter, we've had that basket since she was, I believe, 2. And I have had that. We've moved, you know, a number of times, obviously. But I hung on to that because I do refill it every year. She gets something new every year, you know, little sets of things. And yes, she's 24. Yes, we were at her apartment. She's an adult. But I still brought that basket down there with me and filled it. Now that she's older, of course, she gets little beauty items and things like that. She doesn't actually really eat candy. So I did stick a little Sour Patch Kid in there or something. But honestly, I don't even know if she'll 100% eat it. We'll see. When we left, it was in the pantry, so we'll see if she actually eats it. But she definitely used the little face mask. I got her little face mask, and she used that. She sent me a picture that night. So anyways, here's where I realized I cut that purple for the horizontal underneath the photo set, but I realized that the longer one, I didn't have any other papers long enough, so I had to get into the B. So then I decided, well, I'll just add a photo mat with my B paper here. And I think this looks pretty cute, actually. I'm not even sad about it. I do like this bee paper. This is adorable, actually. All these little bees. I don't know what it is about bees. I think they're so cute. Well, not in real life. I don't want to be stung by one, but, you know, on paper, it's real cute. All right, so I got my little photo block stuff set up. I've made my tags. I think I might have showed you a little bit of that, but I did cut into those same papers and use my We Are Memory Keeper thing there for the little tags at the top. And then I went off and got ink. I decided I wanted to ink the edges because it looked a little unfinished to me. So I got this, like, I think it's something lavender. Y'all, I can't read it. I'm sorry. You'll be able to see it on the screen here better than I can. But I've decided to ink all the edges, so I'm going to cut away. And I'm sorry, it's going to be a little bit choppy here because of that. But I'm going to cut away, so I ink all the edges. This is me finishing that up. And I contemplated putting strings in the tags, but I end up not doing that. And you'll see in a minute, too. I'm going to end up punching little. I've got a new hole punch. It's a reinforcer punch. Although I'm struggling with it, y'all. I can't find the right pressure. Either I push too hard and I kind of hurt my hand and squish the paper, or I don't push hard enough and it doesn't go all the way through. So I got to figure that out. But that's okay. I'll get there eventually. It's a new tool, you know, and sometimes just getting used to things. So here's where I'm kind of trying to figure out, okay, where does all this stuff go? And I am kind of bringing that up to the right height. And then there's, like I said, there's that little bee paper that I had to have the longer piece on because everything else was too short at that point. So that's why I had to introduce that bee paper. But this looks pretty cute. It's kind of simple. I don't actually add anything. The sketch didn't call for anything. I didn't really add anything either. This is just kind of a little border down here at the bottom. I do have to trim that just a bit. And I do use double-sided tape on that one because it's a little narrow and my tape gun's too wide. So at this point, I'm going to then come up and after this, I think that's when I go ahead and punch the holes. I don't know. Let me see just a second here, y'all. I'm going to watch this video with you because I have forgotten what order I did things in. I know what I've done, but I just don't remember what order I did them in. Isn't that crazy? I just did this freaking layout like 30 minutes ago. It's so crazy. Okay, so here's where I'm going to glue this piece down. But again, I still haven't 100% decided on that photo. I haven't glued it down because I'm thinking I might put it on foam. I don't actually put it on foam, though, because I do have to put a little circular element on it. But I hadn't decided quite yet. And here's where I decided I'm going to punch holes in this yellow bee paper. So I thought, okay, I'll introduce this yellow up here. And that way it's kind of in 3 places. Now, you don't see the bees after I get this cut. And the other cool part is this little punch here has a round and a little hexagon hole reinforcer. So I decided to go with the hexagon. Now, the only thing that aggravates me just a little bit is I got the glue and it kind of went outside my little reinforcer. And I don't know, I think I saw a little ink on my hands, so it gets a little bit dirty looking. But that's okay because I'll end up with a little phrase that I'll cover up the dirty spots. So that's the one nice thing about scrapbooking. You know what? You can make everything work if you really want to. Okay, so I'll get my little hole reinforcers glued down. Like I said, I ended up not putting the string on there just because I think the little reinforcers kind of help the holes not look so naked. And now here's the only item I found in my stash that was Easter, and it's these little doodlebug buttons. And these are so cute. There's like little eggs, there's bunny, there's a little duck. Is it a duck or a chicken? It may be a chicken. I think it's a little chicken. Anyway, I put the 3 little eggs on the sketch where there was, the sketch had little hearts. And I'll put 3 little eggs kind of right above that bird paper there. At first, I kind of try to put them in a triangle, but I don't end up that way. There's my little circle I'm going to end up using that had it was kind of like in the sketch there, and it says, let's be nomies, I guess. Let's be nomies. I tried all these other pieces of ephemera. Y'all, nothing was going to work, really. They're all too big, or they just didn't go with the sketch, really. I do pull out this What a Beautiful Day. That's going to go up there, and that's going to cover up my little dirty spot. And I'm going to put that up on phone eventually, actually. I tried the little circle with the flowers on it. I tried this little piece here. I thought at first this might work, but no, it doesn't work. I don't like it. Like I said, I try all kinds of different little things, and none of it's going to work. I will end up using the frame, though. I will end up using that. Here's where I pull out the little eggs, the little egg buttons. I do not fill those with string. Sometimes, you know, with buttons, you can put the string through them. I don't do that. I think it looks fine just like this. So I tried, like I said, initially a little triangle. I end up moving that into a straight line in just a minute. I think this sits here for a little bit, but that's not how that stays. I like the little rabbit up on the purple. I think that is too cute. I'm happy with that. And here's where I find this little frame, and I think, okay, this looks pretty good. And I think even on the sketch there was like I can't tell what it was because it's a little piece of white block looking thing, but I'm going to call it a tag. And I think this looks good. It helps ground that little round element too, the little round nomies thing. And then what did I go do, y'all? I'm not even really sure what I just did. Why did I cut that? Maybe because I was just gluing stuff down. I don't even know what I was doing. Here's where, like I said, I'm going to put the foam behind the little nomies thing. And Oh, I know what I went off and did, y'all. I was going to look at sticker sheets because I thought, well, maybe there's something else I can get on a sticker sheet. I do find one little word phrase on it, but other than that, I do pull the title letters out. But I don't actually use anything else. And I even had a little Spring Echo Park sticker sheet, but I just don't actually use it. I look on here, I find one little phrase that says "for you," and I kind of thought that was cute because it's like our Easter basket for you kind of thing. So I use that, but nothing else, y'all. I put that entire sheet back, and it all matches too, but just nothing else really struck me. I didn't want to use it. So it goes away. Here's where I'm going to start pulling out the title. I'm just going to spell out Happy Easter, but I don't make you sit and watch me do that. It's a really thin little title. It came from a project pad, a Chamel project pad. It was actually one for like unicorns and whatnot, but this little rose gold looking, I think it's kind of a rose gold font looked, I thought, really cute here. So I like that. So I spelled that out, and I'm going to end up putting my little foam up underneath that what a beautiful day. I think in just a minute, or maybe I'll glue the buttons down first. I'm not sure what I do in order now. I'm just going to organize those in a straight line, though. I didn't like those in that little triangle. It didn't look right. Yeah, here's where I'm going to use the Nuvo glue to glue down the buttons. So I'll just glue down that. I will actually, I didn't initially have it sitting there, but I will end up pulling out one of the little chicken buttons. There's not any other little chickens, although the little birds are on the paper, so I think it's okay. You know, it's okay. It looks cute, so it's fine. Is this where I find it? Nope, I do the foam first. I do the foam on this little phrase here first. I don't actually end up using any mixed media other than the ink on the edges of the paper. No sprinkles or anything. I thought about it, but nope, didn't do that. This just had such a clean design to me. I didn't think adding the mixed media was gonna look too right, so I don't do that. I guess I could have added a little shimmer some kind of way, but I do not. Again, this is me revisiting this sticker sheet because there was some cute little like flowers and butterflies and things, but I just felt like it was going to take away from what I had going on already. So this is where maybe where I find the chicken though. And I go, oh, I need the little chicken. And I had him facing one way, and then I faced him the other way. I'll just glue this down with a little Nuvo glue. And then, y'all, that's all I'm going to do to this layout. I think this turned out real cute. It's kind of, like I said, clean and simple. It's not a lot, not tons of embellishments, but this turned out real cute. Here's the slowdown. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Check me out on Instagram at Scrapping Harden. Don't forget to do the YouTubey things. Like and subscribe and all that stuff, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.